Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. And my boy Pika hit me up with a message saying that he wanted to record a video to talk about Shredder, I think. Pika, you wanted to make a video talking about Shredder?
Yeah, hello. Of course, because it's a big thing right now, and we have a lot of talks, and we had a lot of things, and there's videos that you've made that some people looked at it, and it's kind of controversial, and I just wanted to talk to you about that and check what you have to say about it.
A controversial? Oh mate, you know what? People, I don't actually think it's that controversial. Like, to be honest, most people have been fairly positive in response to the videos. I've not really had any negative feedback within the comment section of the videos. Most people that actually listen to the words that come out my mouth know that I've not said the things that a lot of people think I've said. When it comes to the other place, shall we say, there is people that like to throw their shit, but when it comes down to that, I mean, I'm the Don when it comes to people actually aiming at, but I'm a bit of a Teflon Don, so nothing sticks to me. I don't really give a fuck. And most people that actually want to come and talk their shit, as a bit of an analogy, they're basically like turtles. They hide in their shell all day, and when they think it's safe, they'll stick their neck out, they'll make their wee comments, and then they'll retreat back into their shells. So it doesn't bother me, mate. It doesn't bother me. I just take it on the chin and I get on with it. But, it's fun and games. Let's talk about Shredder then, right? So,
Yep.
I think you understand why I said what I said, right? But just to reiterate, I'll share my point of view with you, and you can obviously let me know if you know where I was coming from, and if you agree with my thoughts in principle. But originally, when I seen it kind of popping up, it was a rerun, right? They put up the exact same login for Leonardo, everything. They used the character art, as in the picture of the four turtles standing on the top of the building, which was part one, right? So they done everything to say it was a rerun,
Exactly.
right? But they did put out that weird little cryptic fucking messaging that says the thing about the big bad guy or whatever, right? And all I was literally saying was, do you know what? Just, yeah, okay, it might be coming, but like at least temper your expectations that it might not be that, right? And the only reason I said that, to be completely honest, is because we're talking about a company here that didn't even celebrate their own anniversary, right? So unless I seen it in black and white, I was like, let's just take our time, because you know what? If they had Shredder, why the hell would they not put out a tweet showing Shredder? Do you know what I mean? Why would they hold back that little key piece of information? And I'm not going to lie, I did think maybe he wasn't going to come, right? But I was always like there saying, you know what, he might still come. Let's just play it cautiously. Let's not put all our eggs in the basket, because if we put all our eggs in the basket and think Shredder's definitely coming, he's definitely coming, then if he doesn't come, you can only be let down. Whereas if you thought, well, he might come but he might not, then you're not going to be let down if he doesn't come. That was the point of view that I was taking on it, because to me, marketing wise, it's ultra strange that they didn't lead with that.
Well, honestly, I want to say something. First of all, yeah, I thought the same at the start. I was like, why would they say something like that and actually not put anything, like you said, a silhouette, a picture of Shredder there, like behind them, not showcasing everything, just showcasing him. And because I'm covering also the SEA version, and they're in the part two of the story of the Turtles right now. They have Raphael and Donnie, and it doesn't show that there's a part three or any Shredder or something like that. They got the license. It means it applies also to SEA, by the way. It's the same license. And
So
I'm
wait a
like,
minute, are you playing SEA? Can I just check?
yeah.
Is there part two? Is it still the snowy place
Yeah,
and stuff like that? Is it exactly the
it's the
same part
same.
two?
It's the exact same.
All right, because that kind of screws up something I was thinking. Because I know one of the things that you were thinking was maybe there's a bit more to it, right? And we're going to get into that. You
Yeah,
thought,
I thought that there will be continuation for the story, maybe, or part three, or something in part two that will introduce Shredder. That's what I
well,
thought.
yeah, because like I actually thought maybe the SEA wouldn't do that, because if anyone cast their mind back to the Turtles celebration, right? Part one was Leonardo and it was Michelangelo, right? And at the end of it, you go to fight Bison, but you don't actually fight Bison. You end up fighting Evil Ryu, right? And
Uh huh.
the story very much finished on a tune in next week to Dragon Ball Z to find out what happens next, right? That's how it finished. It finished as in there's going to be more to this, right? And then part 2 came along. Everyone was expecting a continuation of that story, and it didn't happen, right? Now, if you look at the original Crunchyroll story post that they put out like an article on the Crunchyroll website. I've got it. I can link it if people need to see it. And basically,
right?
Yeah. They basically said that the story was going to basically be about how the Turtles have came to Street Fighter Duel because Shredder and M Bison have teamed up to like cause havoc or whatever, right? So now when Shredder was confirmed, when I was looking back at it, I was thinking to myself, maybe they originally wanted to put Shredder in. They didn't get him licensed in time. And the reason that part 2 story was so weird is because they were going to give us Shredder, but then maybe something happened. They didn't get him like approved in time, and we get that weird story that made no sense. So now, when we actually get into this new version, we'll actually get the proper part 2 of that story. Now that makes sense, but were you now saying that SEA have the same part 2 that we had? I'm back to thinking that that's weird.
But they have a maintenance as well.
What? So they're doing part 2 just now, and they have a maintenance coming up?
They have the maintenance at 30 September, just like us. So when we start our event, probably they will take... Okay, so what I think right now, I'm not sure, but I have this in my head, like they will not give us... So it's a collaboration. They did the old collaboration of the TMNT with the SEA, and they timed it perfectly at 30 September to start another collaboration of part 1 and 2 that includes Shredder in all of it, in its entirety. That's what I'm thinking.
Sure.
Like a different collaboration that we then the one that we did have previously.
Funny enough that you use the terminology another collaboration, right? Just while we're here, this is a slight...
It's the same, but
no.
Listen,
that's fine, right? This is a slight tangent, okay? But you're actually the perfect person to quickly talk about this with. I don't know if you know this or not, right? When the Look thing came out, right? I think it was... Oh, I forget his name. The staff guy from A+. What's his name? You know his name?
Who?
The staff guy that's A+, he talks on the Discord. Doesn't talk a lot publicly. Frankie, that's the one, right? I'm not in the Discord anymore, right? But when Look came out, people were talking, and it was said words to the effect of either how Look does will determine if we're going to get future collabs, or look, if he performs well, we'll get future collabs, or if he doesn't perform well, we won't. Something to that effect was basically said. How Look performs is going to dictate if we get future collabs. You know that was said, don't you?
I think I heard it somewhere.
It was said publicly. Somebody sent me the screenshot, but
I didn't read it actually.
It was said
actually,
publicly.
To be honest, this is what have been said for every single big event that happened in the game with the previous community manager. The one that I should not name because he went crazy.
I'm actually going to get into that. Right, I'm not naming people specifically. Okay. The exact same thing was said for Witch Jury. Do you remember when Witch Jury came out? It was a 50% divination summons, and we were basically told that if people don't take advantage of this, we won't get it again, right? Now, see, back then, I thought to myself, are we low-key being used to put pressure onto people to buy into this, right? But I never really thought anything of it, right? But with this most recent Look thing, right, with it being said that how Look performs is going to dictate if we get any future collabs or not, right? This has come directly after Look. So that was a lie. Because Shredder must have already been decided. So they already knew when they said that we were going to get another collab. We were going to get Shredder. So actually saying that was literally just guilting people into summoning for Look. Now, I'm not saying Look's bad or anything. I'm not. But
no, I don't know. I don't know if they're guilting or something. I think that they just said, okay, they have like, what can I tell you? Like any merchandise, they say the same exact thing about everything. But without knowing the results. The TMNT did great. A lot of money.
It did.
And Luke didn't do bad. It did very good. Actually, go check every whale, okay? Go check every low spender. They spent and got Luke. They spent and got the TMNT, full of them. All of them. SF6 is a great collaboration, actually. If it was 100%. A bad unit or not, I think that people will go out of their ways to just go and buy some stuff. It was good, actually.
100%, I agree with that. And but that's the thing that I was mentioning in my initial video when I seen the collab rerun. And this is what a lot of people don't seem to understand. It's not a charity, right? You know this. The people that make this game to make money, right? Now,
of course.
The Turtles were the most financially successful thing that's been done in this game since Monster Hunter Ken.
Why they added Shredder. Because the Turtles, not because Luke.
Yep, because see the thing. No. Ignore that part, right? Now, the Turtles were the most financially successful thing to happen in this game since Monster Hunter Ken. Agreed?
Exactly.
Right?
100%.
Now, here's the thing that I was talking about. This game has not had an influx of new players. It's not. I mean, we've maybe had some, but there's not like a mass influx of new players. So the people who are playing now were playing when the Turtles came out, okay? And the thing that I said was, those people already spent their money. They're not going to spend money now because they already got the units done. The only people that will benefit is free-to-play, which is great for the free-to-play. I'm not at all saying it's not great for the free-to-play. But from a financial point of view, the company's not going to make any money unless they've done something different, which is obviously now...
I disagree.
This is obviously now while they're in... Right, you can tell me why in a second. This is obviously now why they're introducing Shredder, because that makes sense, right?
No, I agree. Yeah.
But, yeah.
No, I agree.
But the thing is, see most free-to-play players, see unless they were extremely silly, right? Most free-to-play players will end up with one, maybe more Turtles at SSS or SSS higher without spending a penny because they got so many copies from the previous event. If they've used their Starlight the way they should have used their Starlight, they are going to get their Turtles done SSS for free. People don't have to spend money because unless they change the format of how many units you're going to get, you're going to get the units done for free. So the Turtles themselves are not going to make a lot of revenue during this event. Shredder will, right? Shredder, no doubt about it, Shredder will, right? That is why I was confused about why would you do this as a rerun?
I'll tell you my logic now. You done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What happened after the TMNT?
Right after.
Yeah, what happened?
Bison.
Everybody spent money to get Bison. They introduced another OP unit.
Not everyone. It's still only spenders. It's
all my free to play friends that are free to play. They have either Visconti Vega build or Overlord Bison, or have the TMNT and trying to work on one of Overlord Bison or Visconti Vega.
But they
still didn't finish their Rich Honda yet also.
Sure, but they didn't spend money. I mean, I know they spent their tickets. I'll agree that they spent their tickets.
So,
the fact that they're still
these friends that I talk to, I'm finishing my Discord. It will be open to everybody. I will share with you. Over 50 friends that play the game with me have spent money. They're free to play completely. They spent money to build Overlord Bison. Not for the TMNT. They had everything free in TMNT. They built Leonardo. They built another unit, whichever they want, to the limit that they can with the free tickets that they have. And then they introduced Overlord Bison and they spent money. Over 50 players. You're going to tell me where are these players? I can name them name by name. I can show you the conversations with them.
No, I don't.
They are free to play, became not free to play just to summon Overlord Bison.
Why, you wouldn't need to prove it. Why would I think you were lying? Mate, that's a shame though. Imagine breaking your free to play streak.
For a character.
No. To get a character who is bugged.
Yeah, still bugged. Not him bugged. The game is bugged.
I know. Well, he, as a result of the game being bugged, he is bugged.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, exactly. I showed you. You seen it last night. I lost Showdown last night.
Yeah.
Just so that we've got something going on, I'm actually going to play it in the background. I'm actually going to put it on here just now. Like, guys, if you actually come here and watch, I'll let you see it. Because people seem to want to deny that Bison's still bugged, right? But watch this and you'll see Bison is still bugged. But that's a shame.
They fixed him for quite time. The stun. It wasn't killing him anymore. It's only the silence. Now it's the silence and the stun again.
That's the weird thing, how bugs seem to come back. It doesn't make sense, you know? It's not an illness. They shouldn't come back. But no. So we're now at the point where we can obviously see where they want to drive revenue from the people who already spent, and the best way to do that is to introduce a new unit. Now, you've got some thoughts about that unit. Now, I know you've changed your mind because of speaking to me, right? But tell me what you said last night about Shredder, what you thought about Shredder.
I thought that he would be a little bit, maybe they will make him, maybe, a free-to-play unit.
Now, you've said that. Now that that's come out your lips, right?
Yeah.
You know how stupid how stupid that sounds, right?
I have 2 points. Either they will make him a special summon with the TMNT tickets or the special summon tickets but with 50%.
Right.
I don't know why. I have a good feeling about it. I don't know why.
Well, my thoughts on it are as follows, right? Some people think they might make him a legend. I don't think they'll make him. They might, right? They might. I don't think they'll make him a legend, right? The reason I don't think they'll make him a legend is because there is people out there who spend over $1,000 just to get that one unit done, right?
Yes.
Now, if they make him a legend, they need 20 people to purchase that unit to make up for that one person's spending, right? And so far, they haven't done that, right? They've not been pragmatic and they've not been generous. When something can make them money, they've gone for the money, right? Like if we look at Trendy Ryu should have been a legend. I mean, maybe I'm glad he's not a legend because he probably wouldn't be as good if he was a legend, right? But they knew he's a Ryu character. And after Ken didn't do so well as a legend, they decided, right, we're going to make him a summonable unit, right? They have very selectively picked their battles, and if a unit can generate revenue, they've gone for the revenue, which I'm not going to fault them for. It makes sense from a business point of view. The thing that confuses me about Shredder is how they're going to do it, right? And I say that because, let's be honest, 5 units, which if you've not got the turtles, you're talking 5 units being summonable in the one celebration. That's a lot of units, right?
Yeah.
When you look at the story mode, they give out 1 copy of each turtle in the story mode, and they give out 1 copy for the grant. They do that in part 1, and they do that in part 2. Now, if Shredder's
gave you free copies when you level them up.
The growth pack. The growth pack as well.
Free.
Yeah, I'm just disputing that just now because the growth packs will still be there. You don't need to worry about them. More like from gameplay, right? Because technically speaking, even though you pay for the grant, it's still gameplay because you need to do gameplay to unlock it, right? Now, that's part 1 and that's part 2. If Shredder comes out and he's a summonable unit, if he's part of part 1 or part of part 2, what are they going to do? Are they going to bring out another grant alongside the Turtles grant? Are they going to make you choose, do you want Shredder or do you want the Turtles from the story event if you're getting your rewards? That seems to me like it's going to be difficult to facilitate. So part of me does wonder if what you've said there might be right, where it's maybe going to be a part 3. But if it is going to be a part 3, that means we're going to be doing the Turtles until Christmas. Because the way that events work is we're going to get an event. Last time they didn't go straight into the new event. I can't remember what was in between, but there was something, right? Then you'll get a 2-week break minimum, which is now 3 weeks. They seem to take 3 weeks between events. So if they go, take the 3-week break, then part 2 of Turtles, 3-week break, part 3 of Turtles. That means that right now we're in just coming up for October. We're going to be doing the Turtles through to December. That seems a lot. I don't know about you. That seems a lot of time to be just stuck in the one thing. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying that it seems a lot. So I don't know if they're going to do 3 parts, right?
The only logical way I think about it is that they will drop him as a legendary, and he will be someone as a boss to fight.
Well, funnily enough, that would make sense, and again, that would make it not be a complete rerun because they would have new content. But speaking of the unit, his function as well is something that I'm a little bit. Again, I said this to you, and you fully agree. You mainly agreed with me. How he's going to work. The Turtles were unique units in the sense that they were probably the first units that had that thing in their passive where, if with another turtle, right? That whole part of their gimmick.
The second unit.
Yeah. The secondary bit of their passive. No. Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense, right? But all four of them were geared in such a way that if you put them on the team with the Turtles, they're going to do more, right? So they are an established team. Sure, you've got like modifications you can make to that team, but they were built to be a team. That's what they were built to be, right? So you would imagine, now it's not set in stone, but you would imagine that Shredder would have some sort of a gimmick, right? And the only one that would make sense would be does more damage when facing a turtle, right? That makes sense. You know that yourself. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But
I can't agree more.
But the Turtles are not really you can use them in PvP. They're not great in PvP. They're maybe okay in a pinch, but they're definitely not great. They are fantastic. Yeah, but I'm speaking as a team. They're fantastic at bossing,
Okay.
right? Ultimately, the
Yes.
Turtles are fantastic at bossing. And I only worry slightly that if they put something on Shredder where his main gimmick is he's going to kill turtles better than units without that gimmick, I think that would be slightly wasted, only because look at a lot of teams. If you're going to run Michelangelo, he's hard to kill, okay? That's maybe the one unit who's out in front that it might do well for. But people, if they're running Donatello, they tend to have Donatello in the tag slot. It's a lot harder to get the unit in the tag slot, you know? So if you've got a unit out there whose strength is they're going to do more damage against turtles, I just worry that that would be a bit lost.
But this also goes and removes everything that you talked about free to play getting the best of it. Because it's now, if we're gonna give the turtles like to the free to play again, and the free to play will have best units as their turtles, all maxed, stuff like that, and then they introduced Shredder which is heavily pay to win with his own type of summonings, and he can counter the turtles. So now every free to play player that spent their summoning savings on the turtles, if you have one Shredder against you on another team, he will dismantle you. Then you didn't benefit the free to play actually, except in bossing maybe for a good team.
Well,
And
I mean,
that's it.
I think bossing is where it actually matters. And the reason I say that is because without like sounding bad here, realistically, if a free to play player's coming up against a whale who's got like their V Vegas, their Bisons done, their Hondas and stuff like that done, how much is the Turtles really going to help them against those players? Those players specifically in PvP, I would argue not very much. It's more going to be the players around them that it's going to help them. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying that Wales already have the options to beat that out anyway, so I don't really think that a PvP situation, a free to play is competing that often with a whale anyway.
No.
Right?
It helps. It helps free to play. Okay, the showdown for free to play is if you reach top 16 or top 8, perfect. That's it. That's the point that you want to reach. Actually, I'm happy with getting top 8. I most likely I end up in top 16, but that's perfect for me.
Yeah,
But yeah, you can't go past that because of the level difference actually
sure.
and the investment on the units.
But I actually think that the Turtles team will have a huge impact for free to play because of how the bossing meta is. Everyone knows 90% of your score comes from the Flame Aeon team, right?
Yeah.
So if you can now field a Turtles team that's going to give you 2, 3, 4 billion, because sometimes it can, right? Then
It just did
then
for me right now.
then you're actually then bringing yourself up to the point where even against some whales you can compete, because to be honestly, sometimes in bossing, I would say that maybe 95% of the score will come from the Aedon team and the Turtles team. And your team 3 and 4, sometimes you can be lucky to pick up 1.5 billion on them, because there's like the way that bossing is now, it's quite hard to put other teams together that are getting really high scores. So free to play are going to extremely benefit well in bossing, right? And again, I think if Shredder was to come along and be another bossing unit, yeah, that would probably push Wales further ahead again. I would agree with you there.
Yeah.
If he was a PvP unit, again, I think that's only really going to benefit a whale
The
if we're
top
talking about
whales.
that again. If
Yeah.
the other whales are using Turtles teams against them, which they're not really doing, right? But I can kind of see where you're coming from. But the funny thing is, what you've actually said there ties into something someone in my comment section said. I don't know if it was my comment section or on Reddit, but what they actually said was, it's really, really funny. They said, free to play players are getting actually hoodwinked here, because what's actually going to happen is the entire player base is now going to be swamped with the Turtles. Everybody's going to think that they're doing really, really well. They're going to have used all their tickets to make sure they've got the Turtles done. And then the very next unit is going to show them that that was a waste, because that next unit is probably going to counter the Turtles. So if it is Shredder, then that person is absolutely spot on. Now, again, for me...
No, actually, this is a discussion that we talked about, me and you, before. And you said it perfectly. You said they gave us an OP unit, Visconde Vega, and we spent all of our tickets on it. And then they gave us a unit to counter him, which is Overlord Bison, and absolutely destroyed him. They done it before. And they seen the success. And the people were spending more money now to get Overlord Bison, because now he's on top of Visconde Vega. They do that with the Turtles now, which is logical, actually, from a standpoint of marketing and selling and stuff like that.
I mean, it's not even just that, mate. It's actually worldwide. It's in everything. What I actually said was the the formula that they follow is they create a problem. They allow the problem to exist for a while, which was Vega, and then they come along and they bring out the solution. It's a bit like the whole conspiracy theories with medicine companies and stuff, where people actually think that they put the illnesses into the world so that they can sell you the antidote. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. It's the same. It's the same logic. Do you know what I mean? But no, that's exactly right. I actually, people will disagree with this. I don't actually think that Bison, while he's not working 100%, I don't think he's had quite the disruption to the game that Vega had, mainly because Vega was allowed to exist in isolation for so long. Do you know what I mean? It was like 6 months Vega just dominated, right? And the thing is, there is counters to Bison, right? I'd say that Bison's probably harder to counter than Vega, but again, it's one team in Showdown. If you line things up properly, it doesn't even matter, right? But I just think your thought of Shredder being free to play, I mean, I would love that, right? But they've never done it. I mean,
if they drop it as free to play, because I told you something, and many people will hate that. That I'm in the next month I may drop Street Fighter Duel for good, stop covering. But if they do Shredder for free, I will never stop playing the game.
Mate, I don't think you should drop Street Fighter Duel, because honestly, there's people in the world that will have a party and they'll think that they've won something if you do that. I think you should just keep. I think you should just keep going. I think you should just,
because of the contracts that I'm getting right now.
Mate, honestly, I think you should just keep going. You should just keep going to spite these people, like you know what I mean. Just be that guy. You know what I mean? Be that Pokemon.
That Pokemon, exactly.
Aye, you know what I mean? They're never going to catch you, Pokemon. But no. Oh, what happened? Oh no, my screen capture just went away. I've now got a black screen. My OBS.
No, it's funny that. I mean, you know that. I'll be saying it. If you want, you can edit it. That
I'm not editing anything. I'm not editing anything here, mate. So if you don't want this to be public,
listen. 5 people, one of them talked to you, or 2 of them talked to you, and 5 of them talked to me, telling me the same thing. That one dude thinks that he can bully Hayzink and PIKA out of content for Street Fighter Duel, so he can get more money by covering the game on his own and monopolizing everything.
Oh, mate, you know, a person must think they're Don Corleone or something like that runs the place, you know?
That's kind of stupid, yet funny and sad. Like, imagine they're thinking that way. I was like, no, of course not. Well, first time I heard it, I was like, that's stupid. Second time, I didn't respond. Third time, fourth time, fifth time, like different people, like, what's going on? The same person.
Yeah. I mean, mate, and the insane thing is, the reason that the hate started towards me is because I stood up for the community and I cost people free stuff. It's like, wait a minute. It's more important that you get free stuff than it is to stand up for the players who watch your content. What? You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm the bad guy. This has went in a tangent. But no, like, let's get back to the point, right? But you shouldn't quit, right? Like, let's say you shouldn't quit. But when it comes to Shredder, right? Again, I know that the controversy's there because people think I said we weren't going to get him. But honestly, if you go and read my comment section, it turns out most people actually do have the ability to understand the English language, and they know that that's not what I said. Some people actually think I don't want Shredder to come, which is like super dumb. Why would I not want Shredder to come? Like, I love Shredder. I love the Turtles. I was born in the 80s. Like, I'm actually a child of the 80s. I grew up getting these toys, like the original toys. I had them, you know? Like, I love... You were not born in the 80s. What are you talking about? You were not born in the 80s.
I was born in 88.
Mate, I was born in 1982, so shut up, right? You were a baby. You were a baby. You were into more like...
the 90s. I remember the 90s. That's what I can say.
Aye. No, mate, but your childhood was more the 2000s, right? Because that's when you hit your teenage years and stuff, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Like, I was into He-Man, Thundercats and all that kind of stuff, like the actual good cartoons. Do you know something? Again, bit of a tangent. I was looking at Christmas presents for my kids. See the toys kids get these days, they're god awful. Like, they're terrible. It's like we used to get characters, like we'd get Thundercats, He-Man, Transformers. Then later on in the 90s you would get these other cartoons where they would bring out toys for them. Nowadays you go into the shop and it's like Gujitsu and fart toys and
one of
Alphabet.
my Christmas toys was a figure for Akuma from Tekken, by the way.
Mate, that's good. Like stuff like that. I just think that it's a shame that things like entertainment and toys is just brain rot content now. Like honestly, kids these days they don't know how unfortunate their poor wee brains are. They get just
give
fed
them an iPad and that's it, right?
they get fed garbage content. People, I mean,
Jesus.
garbage content. I mean, we're on my channel. That's pretty garbage content, to be fair. But you get, mate. The thing is, you get these things. It's all fast cuts. It's like so vapid. There's no substance to it. It's to the point now where you get people that come onto videos like this and they're like, "Oh, you guys just spoke for 30 minutes. That's so boring. How could you not have done this information in 2 minutes?" And it's like, do you know what? If you've got the attention span of a goldfish, that's your problem. That's not my problem. You know, people have discussions, people share thoughts. That's just life. That is life.
By the way, on your video when you talked, I agreed with everything. You specifically said like it makes no sense, and I can't see like Shredder is coming. You didn't say you don't want him to come because he said there's no silhouette for him, there's no picture for him, no information. What's going on? Why did they mention him on a tweet? It's kind of silly in a marketing standpoint. And I'm like, yeah, 100%. Like, why wouldn't they like make a marketing campaign for him if they're gonna bring him to the game? And suddenly they didn't do any news. If you go just to Crunchyroll App Store, not the Google Store, the App Store, you're gonna see a picture, and that's it. That Shredder is in game fighting Guile, and he has a buff as his super. And I'm like, damn, why wouldn't you like tell people about it if you spoiled it already?
It wouldn't, mate, honestly, it wouldn't shock me if one department doesn't know that the other departments put that on the App Store update. Even now, it would not shock me that that's the case.
Listen, Crunchyroll is a big company, okay? And A Plus is a big company. And you might disagree, but Top Joy is a big company as well. They have over 600 employees. They're not like a small dev team of 3 or 4. It's a 600 employees. You can see their website. They say we are over 600 employees. They just stated that in Chinese. If you translate it to English, it will say 600. I don't know if the translation is correct, that they said we are 6, a team of 6. It says team of 600 people.
I mean,
and they have 3 games. One dead game, and one now is gonna launch soon, and one is shutting down right now, and Street Fighter Duel. 4 games actually.
Mate, I honestly, I ultimately just think that, do you not want your game to succeed? Do you not want your game to do well? If you've got a big high-profile thing like Shredder coming, that should be front and centre of your marketing. That should be what you lead with. That should be the picture that goes out there, because the gacha community, believe it or not, talk quite a lot. You get places like R Gacha Gaming on Reddit, they love to clown on things, and it is despite what people say, it is very rare for gachas to do a collab rerun within 4 months. That doesn't happen, right? There's so many people that are commenting back to me saying, "Oh, there's gachas that do reruns of their collabs every 3 months." No, they don't. If you go and actually check the market average, you're lucky and it's a year. Usually it's about a year. And a lot of them never do reruns, right? But the ones that do reruns, it's a year.
Okay, I worked with it. I have some knowledge about reruns. We worked with a team that we had Overlord, we had Albedo. So in the contract, we had an option. I don't know if they all have the same contract, but of course not. We had like when you're gonna do a rerun, and how many times you can do a rerun. And if you want to do more reruns, you can do another contract for that. So in the contract, it states that you can do reruns and how much, and if you're gonna change anything or add anything. That's what I know about contracts.
No, I completely agree with that. And again, most people that take that option do it the following year. Look at like Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross. Look at there's loads of them. They usually do it a year later, and they usually bring another unit. And what I said in my initial video was, if the collab's coming back, if it at least had a new unit like Shredder, Splinter, that type of thing, then it would be a lot more worthwhile. But at that point, it just looked as though they were going to be bringing out Shredder. Sorry, just the Turtles, which looked strange. You know, it's just weird.
This is bet time between me and you. How much you want to bet if Shredder is a paid character and he did very well, they will drop April O'Neil or somebody else, maybe Master.
I would say that
if the rat
Splinter. I would say that. Oh, you're a Turtles fan. I know, brother. I would say that if they drop Shredder in part 1, then maybe, because if they drop Shredder in part 1, they'll get a feeling for how people are into it. If they've potentially already got the character designed in the background and they've just not pulled the trigger on it. If Shredder does really well...
on the ad, I want to find the ad. There's an ad on Instagram that shows Shredder, Splinter, and April O'Neil in the video. But Shredder is fighting. April O'Neil and Splinter are not fighting. They were in the background.
If the characters appear in any way, shape, or form, I'd say that they've probably got the licensing for them. Not definitely. It's not a definite thing, right? But if they've got the license for usage of the characters in any capacity, I wouldn't be surprised if they've maybe behind the scenes been cooking, actually working on them.
But it might be just like you said. If Shredder works out for them, for like part 1, let's say, on part 2 they might drop somebody else. If it doesn't work in the few 3-4 days, they might not add it, and they will continue with the turtles only. Yeah, that makes sense. But again, I can't. Their planning ways and the play that they execute things right now, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like unorthodox, if you want to say. So this is why I'm like, what's going on with Shredder is something weird. And maybe it's something different, a new system, a new bossing way, a new obtaining way, farming shards maybe. I don't know how they will give us Shredder, but it's weird why they didn't promote him, actually.
I mean, again, I'm just going to say, like, while it would be great, it's been a year and a half and they've never given another unit apart from Fashion Blanca. They've had opportunities at the 1 year anniversary, the half year anniversary, the 1.5 year anniversary, and they've never taken it. They've shown no interest in taking it. They could have done it with standard units who weren't even good. They could have done it with Blanca, Balrog, for God's sake.
I know, but you know, I'm so, even though they're not the top units or not good at all, let's say, Witch Jury and Balrog were absolutely an amazing event that they did. This 50% absolutely revives the game. I don't know why they didn't do it again.
I mean, I still think they will do it again. We've got different points of view on that. You think it's worth it because of the resources alone. I do stand by. I would not, even for 50%, I would not summon for a dog shit unit. Balrog, I mean, he's not like dog shit, but he's not good, right? And for me, keeping those tickets to summon for something that was more valuable made more sense. Whereas your argument, and I understand your argument, was if you can spend the tickets and get double the amount of summons, you're going to potentially get double the amount of purple orbs, double the amount of tickets from the summons, double the amount of resources.
Not only that. One point: how much do you spend to max a character from 0 in divination? How many tickets? 500.
I can't remember the last time I maxed a unit in divination.
Let's say something between 400 and 500. Let's say 500. Okay. And they gave you a 50% on a character. Forget the resources. Oh, I'm gonna max him with 250 at max, let's say. So I can save more again for the different character that I want, and maybe I get lucky, maybe I don't get lucky. Sometimes it gives you the 30k diamonds, which I did in Witch Jury in my video. Sure, I got the 30k diamonds, which was nice actually.
I got that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh, you feel nice about it when you get it, actually.
Yeah. I immediately lost it all doing 6 summons. You know what I mean? But there again, there's where me and you disagree. You're saying that if you can summon a unit at half price in divination, and it's only going to cost you 250 tickets to get that unit maxed out, you're going to do it. If the unit's bad, I wouldn't do it, because to me, if you say to me, okay, you can get this unit at half price, but they're not good, then I'm not going to use my tickets for them because they're not good. You know what I mean? Reducing the price of them doesn't make them any good. It's like if they turned around and said, Pharaoh Sagat, he was 50% off, he would have still been Pharaoh Sagat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's my point. I think the quality of the unit does definitely dictate whether you should be summoning or not, regardless of the price. Now, I don't think that's going to happen with Shredder. There's no chance. There's no chance that Shredder's not going to be a premium unit. He's going to be a great unit. I think literally the only 2 options we have is he will either be a special summon, which to me, from a financial point of view, seems most likely, or he's going to be a legend, which would be slightly unfortunate because obviously legends aren't as powerful as special summon units. But with his super being a buff, I mean, it would be really strange, but maybe he's a support unit.
Like a buff for himself.
I know. He's Shredder. Could you imagine he's a healer? Shredder the healer.
Oh my god.
But I mean, I don't know if it's just wishful thinking or you actually genuinely think that we've got a chance of getting Shredder for free. I just want to know right now, are you saying you think there's a chance or you hope it's just wishful thinking?
I hope. I just hope it's wishful thinking.
Cool. Because I was going.
If you want me to be logical, there's no way on earth they're gonna give us anything for free.
That's fine. Because I was going to invite the viewers to clown you in the comments for that one, but the fact that you're saying that it's a wish, then 100%. Just like it's a wish for me to say that if they're going to bring out Shredder and he's not going to fit on a team, because he won't fit on the Turtles team, then I think they should go and get the license for Rocksteady, Bebop and Krang, and we should have a villains team. Yeah. That, to me, that would be perfection.
Insane.
Have a Turtles team, have a villains team, perfection. But odds of that happening are probably pretty low. So ultimately, I think you just wanted me on this video so that we could chat shit, but hey, we'll let the viewers see that we've chatted shit. It's fun chatting shit. You know, people have got their opinions. I think ultimately I'm sticking to my guns. I think it was bad marketing. I still think it's bad marketing because they've still no marketed them. But I think it's good that Shredder's coming. I think it's an interesting thought you've got. I do 100% think that it's odd. So I can see why you think that oddness might mean that they're doing something different. I completely get that. And I agree, because if they are just making him a summon, having all 4 Turtles plus Shredder available to summon within a short window, I mean, that's a big ask of people. So I can see why you would be thinking that maybe it's going to be something a little bit different. To me, that different thing would be a legend. That's because I just don't see them giving him away for free. And to be honest, I think it's a bit of a missed opportunity if they do that. They should have made one of the Turtles a legend originally, and if they were bringing out Shredder, be a summonable character, because no doubt he's going to be a DPS, and obviously if he's a DPS, you want soul power. That's what you want soul power. So if he's a DPS and he's a legend, it's going to be a bit of a miss, in my opinion, but hey, we'll see.
Well, I think 2 more days and we'll know, right?
What I'd say is
30, they said
2 more days and we might know. We might not know, because if it is going to be in a future part, then we won't know.
Yeah.
You know, because the tickets still say it's 2 parts. So maybe part 1 is going to be all 4 Turtles, and maybe part 2 is going to be Shredder on his own. Because if you look at,
I have no clue. Like,
I know.
I'm still confused with their, like.
I mean, like I said to people, the whole fact that if you click on the tickets, it says 2 parts. That could just be lazy. That could just be lazy. Listen, they might just not have fixed it.
I think they will not give us the same event. So what I'm saying right now, if I open screen with you, if I share my screen with you and show you the Turtle event at oh no, okay. So they're getting the second. Okay. They're getting the second part of the Turtles, the TMNT, on 30. So they're getting Raphael and what's his name? Donnie on 30.
But they've not revealed the patch notes yet. Aye, but wait and see. Listen, that's going to be good.
It's server maintenance for the second part for the Turtles. Okay.
Yeah. But it doesn't detail what's coming, does it?
No, it does not.
Right. That might be a bit of a heads up, because in their part 2, they might get the Turtles and Shredder.
Yeah.
And that means they might get the proper story, because I believe that the story we got was some kind of weird placeholder story. And if it was that, then what I think we'll find is on Wednesday, the SEA will get part 2. They'll get the real second part of the story, and Shredder will come. It's going to be interesting to know. That technically means we might get a sneak peek, because they'll probably get their patch notes maybe Monday or Tuesday. And I would say that if their patch notes say that Shredder's coming in part 2 of their celebration, then that's probably what's going to happen for us.
Probably. I don't know. The update notes: Leonardo and Michelangelo, Teenage Mutant, Trial of Justice, nothing. Turtle Attack, yep, nothing.
Yep. So I think wait and see. Keep an eye on that, Pika. Because again, they don't change typing. They change some of the unit skills and stuff, but they don't change typing. So Shredder comes out in SEA and he's a legend, then I would say that pretty much confirms that we're probably going to get him as a legend as well.
True.
You know. But anyway, this video's gone far too long. We've just been chatting shit for the last 45 minutes. I've got to go and feed the kids, and apologise to my wife, because literally I said I wasn't going to do this and I've done it. So yes, we will see what fallout comes from this video. Anyway, thanks for watching,
I'm ready
guys.
for the comments.
I'll let Pika speak, because I'll probably find that I've not let him speak much this video. I don't know.
No. Actually, I did my part. This is what I wanted to speak. Actually, I want to listen to your opinion actually about this. And
Well,
I want to know, are you gonna come to Street Fighter Discord again?
no.
I mean, we miss you there.
No, I'm not going to join the Street Fighter Duel Discord again. I mean, to be completely blunt, I've said it. I mean, like, unfortunately, I don't ask for it to happen, but people send me unsolicited screenshots, and like, there's literally people who DM me. Literally, people who DM me, "Oh, how you doing, Hayes, bro? We miss you. Can I borrow this unit? Blah blah blah." And then the next day, screenshot, "Oh, that guy's a loser. That guy's this." Like, and I'm just like, "Oh my god, man! How to? Why?" But mate, I don't let on. I just act like I don't know this stuff, and I'm just like, aye. I don't want to be around people like that. I left because I thought to myself, do you know what? Maybe it's because I'm there. Maybe if I'm there, this is why they talk the shit that they talk. And I thought, if I move myself out of that, maybe it will stop happening. It seems not. The term rent-free just completely applies to these people. And hey, you know, it is what it is. I've not named who these people are.
I don't care. I can name them all. I don't give a fuck, actually.
I know you can, and yeah, but it is what it is, mate. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not Street Fighter's #1 hater, despite what some people say. I actually really like this game, and I want this game to survive. I've not branched out. If people watch my content, I've not branched out. You've done the whole trying new games and stuff.
You're definitely the #1 hater. No, you're definitely. Look at your channel. It's all about Street Fighter Duel. You're the #1 menace.
I've not done it. I would rather this game thrive than I would have one game to play, right? Unfortunately, because of things like rehashing content and stuff, there's next to nothing these days to make videos on. It's really disappointing to me. So I would love the game to thrive. I would love the game to have more collabs. I would love the game to have more content, because it's more for me to cover. I don't want the game to die. I want the game to grow. I want the game to thrive. I want the game to do better. So no, any criticism I give this game is because, honestly, I feel like if they did certain things better, the game would be in a better place. And I don't think, as a player, that's something that we shouldn't do. Right now, we've got, I said this to you last night, right now we've got a situation where we've still got all these bugged units and stuff, Bison, Jury, Cammy, and I'll tell people what I sent you last night. A new unit comes out, and it is literally like that scene in Up where Doug sees a squirrel and it's like, squirrel. They just get distracted. Yeah. It's like,
yeah, exactly, 100%.
People forget about these things. These things still exist, and all it is a case of is, look over here. There's something new. It's shiny. Forget about that thing. Here's this new thing. And
immediately forget. Yeah.
If you don't get people like me constantly reminding people, it's not because I want to be negative. It's not because I want to be down on the game. It's literally because the player base just move on. They let it go. And if they let it go, the developers are never going to do anything about it. And that's why we still have bugged units. That's why it took over a year to fix Gen. You know what I mean? Do you want to be waiting a year for Bison to be fixed? No. Do you want to be waiting a year for Cammy, for Baddest Jury to be fixed? No, you don't. The only reason they fixed Guile straight away is because Guile was a cash-only unit, and they know they could be in serious trouble if they don't deal with cash-only units straight away. That's why Guile was fixed immediately, but they've not done that for Bison, they've not done that for Jury, they've not done that for Cammy.
True.
You know? So, again, I don't do these things to be negative. I do these things because, unfortunately, the community just forget and they move on. Sad.
It's sad. It's really what's happening, actually. A new unit drops. We were talking about the problem. We forgot the problem. Now we talk about the new units, and nobody talks about the problem anymore.
Yep, and that's just the way it is. And it's not being negative bringing it back up. It's just they never fixed it in the first place. The problem didn't go away. So anyway, big long tangent. PIKA, be nice. Say something nice.
Thank you for having me on the video. And haters gonna hate. Potatoes gonna potate.
Potatoes going to potate. Tomatoes going to tomatoes going to tomate.
Can work too.
It could. Dicks are going to be dicks. There's nothing you can do about it. They're just dicks. There. Exactly. I'll put it in a more straightforward term. But anyway, PIKA, thank you very much for joining me. This is more or less just became a podcast. To be honest, I would do a podcast with PIKA, just literally sitting for 30 minutes to an hour talking. But I'll be honest, I would rather not just sit and talk about Street Fighter Duel for that length of time. So maybe next time, Pika's on a video with me. We'll talk about our favourite Survivors clone. So if you're a fan of Vampire Survivors, tune into the next one, and I'll tell you some games that you'll like to buy on Steam.
True. I have many games, but all of them are mobile games, survival games.
Mate, I looked at my Steam library. I've got 1,400 games on Steam.
Oh my god, no, I don't have that much games actually.
Mate, honestly, I'm not even kidding. I've literally got 1,400 games. 1,400 games. I will literally die before I can play them.
Oh my god.
There's not enough time left on Earth for me to finish those games. I will die. So, hey, somebody needs to hit me up and maybe they'll get left my Steam account in my will. But no, enough chit chat. Next time Pika's here, like I say, don't know what we'll do. Probably just make videos because it annoys people. And we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. See you later, guys. Cheery bye. Bye.